What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the MG Cup Series here on NBC for the first time this season, as it is now time for the NBC portion of the season. We are at the Daytona International Speedway for the second time this season for our third running of the Pepsi 400. Things are going to get really exciting here, as pretty much every Daytona, or really every plate race is. Hold on, I'm looking through my settings really quickly just to make sure everything is good with the audio. Excuse my chair squeaking. I know I'm moving around a lot, but I'm just trying to. Alright, here we go. Okay, so yeah. I think we're all good. But Tony Stewart is your pole sitter. He won the Daytona 500 this season. Mark Martin starts on his outside. Carl Edwards starts third, with Rusty Wallace starting in fourth. Rounding out the top five, it's the 29 of Kevin Harvick, and the 01 of Joe Nemechek starts sixth to his outside. It is, things are about to get underway as the pace car makes the hard left turn on the pit road. And we're coming through the tri-oval. Green flag is in the air. We're racing from Daytona International Speedway. Heading through 1 and 2 for the first time. Drivers a lot more comfortable with using the high line now, as we head down the back straightaway for the first time here today. Whoa, look at that move by Chris Mack to the inside. Lots of jockeying around for positions. Now, you will notice drivers are a lot more comfortable running the outside lane, so don't be surprised if we see the top start forming up a little more. We saw a little bit of multi-groove racing in the Daytona 500, even last season, but now we're gonna see a lot more of it here tonight. I can tell you that, because these drivers are a lot more comfortable. We're already 4 wide out in front here from Daytona. Yeah, this is not gonna end well. 4 wide down the back straightaway. Can Kevin Harvick squeeze in the line anywhere? Can he find any place to get in line as Greg Biffle tries to give him the draft? But no, they cannot figure it out yet. They're still 4 by 4 through 3 and 4. And now Biffle going to the front, trying to take the lead away from his teammate Mark Martin, the inaugural Daytona 500 winner here in the MG Cup Series, bouncing off each other down the front straightaway, now heading through the tri-oval. Carl Edwards and Kevin Harvick, door to door right now, heading down the front stretch. It is a miracle that they haven't wrecked yet. And we're hearing that the Papyrus Racing Team and the 86 of Chris Mack have elected to drop to the back to presumably avoid that. There it goes. They're wrecking. Brian Vickers gets turned from the lead, and the entire lead pack is going to pile up. Jimmy Johnson goes around. There's the 01 of Joe Nemechek, as well as multiple other cars, and they're stacking them up down in the turn 3. Oh, big hit there. I'm not sure what happened, but it sounded like a big impact. Chris Mack makes it through cleanly. Greg Biffle doesn't seem to have too much damage. Racing back to the stripe, though, Dale Jarrett has that position there, but your race leader is Mark Martin in the 6 machine, and the big one strikes very early on here today. 4 laps in, or tonight I should say, 4 laps in, or 3 and 3/4 laps in, 3.5 laps in, really. It started on the back straightaway. Let's go back now and take a look at what just happened here, as multiple cars get torn up. And that 4 wide, we knew it wasn't going to end well. Let's see. They just ran out of space. They squeezed together. Oh, McMurray probably didn't realize they were still 4. Slides up just a little bit, gets in the Harvick, pushes Harvick up in the Biffle and Edwards. Biffle gets clipped down the racetrack in the Brian Vickers in the 25, and Vickers was just trying to stay in the lead here. He led the last lap. Then Mark Martin gets clipped into the grass just a little bit. They save it down there. And they're going to just kind of slide around down here through the grass. Nobody's really going to hit anything in the grass, but they just kind of spin around. That's what initially brought out the yellow. You see Chris Mack back there through the smoke checking up. And then further up, Jimmy Johnson got turned in front of multiple other cars. And he gets hit by Jamie McMurray. And then another car is spinning. That's the 01 of Joe Nemechek. He gets hit by the 43 of Jeff Green. And they slide down the track. And then everyone's stacking up, trying to get on the brakes and check up back here. Scott Riggs in the 10 gets clipped by Mike Wallace. And then the entire track just gets blocked. And there's nowhere for these guys to go back here. So that wipes out a good... I mean, there's some of these guys don't have serious damage. I mean, Scott Riggs only spun. Greg Biffle doesn't seem to have any severe damage either. So I'd say that really takes out only about maybe 10 or so cars that have serious damage. But there's still going to be quite a lot of contenders in this race. So I don't think the action is going to calm down that much. I mean, yeah, the big one happened early, but I don't think that's going to ruin the entire race quite yet. It's not going to be like the 2021 Daytona 500 in the NASCAR Cup Series. It's going to be, still going to be pretty interesting, I'd say, as we see a far out angle of it. Here's another view as they headed down into turn 3, and just everybody just slides there. Bobby Labonte seems to have gotten out of that pretty cleanly. Jason Leffler doesn't seem to have too much damage to that 11 car. Maybe a little bit of door damage to the left side, but I don't see anything. So I think he's fine. Brian Vickers did make a little bit of contact, I believe, but everybody made it through for the most part unscathed. There are a few torn up race cars, but most of these guys made it through. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back to continue this after this. Welcome back to Daytona in the Pepsi 400 here at the Daytona International Speedway. We're getting ready to go green once again as Mark Martin leads the field around. His teammate Carl Edwards in the 99 right behind him. Roush Racing 1-2 right now. Greg Biffle was up front a little bit ago. Got caught up in that big wreck. Only spun, so I don't think he has too severe damage. But we're about to go green. Green flag in the air. We're racing once again. Matt Kenseth is up in the mix as well. And we're rolling. How about Jeremy Mayfield in the top 5? Remember the last race, or not the last race, a couple races ago at Michigan, he got up into the catch fence in a terrifying crash, but luckily was okay. And now he's here at Daytona looking to get his 3rd career win here in the MG Cup Series. Heading down the back straightaway. Still got a decent amount of cars, but a lot of drivers trying to work their way up through the damaged cars in this field. Getting held up just a little bit. You see Greg Biffle hopping down to the bottom now behind Terry Labonte. And Terry in that 61 car, not really the fastest cars out on the track right now, but still trying to use the draft and at least stay in range. The 86 of Chris Mack behind the 75 of David Starr. Now going to hop up to the high side and get the draft of the 88 of Dale Jarrett. Jarrett hops down to the bottom. Now he's going to try to side draft the 9 of Casey Kane. Can he get that run off the high line? David Starr coming up to the top. Lots of single file towards the front right now. But then up here there's 3 wide. As Ryan Newman ditches his teammate, hops down in the middle with Matt Kenseth. Kenseth hops up to the high side, and now here comes Newman through the middle, going to try to make something happen. That's not going to work for him, though. And Rusty Wallace going to stay on the high lane. Now here they come down the front straightaway once again. Mark Martin up to the high side, blocking the middle, blocking the top, pulling Kyle Busch along through the middle as Elliott Sadler gets a push down low. Sadler's going to try to come up high. Martin throws a pretty big block on him, drives all the way up to the high line, up next to the outside wall. Sadler thought about going low, couldn't quite get there, heading down into turn 3. And these guys are all over each other, man. All on each other's bumpers. 4 wide once again. Ryan Newman and Tony Stewart in the middle of 4 wide here. That's not going to end well. There they go into the outside wall. Upside down goes the 20 of Tony Stewart. On top of the safer barrier. Comes down. A big crash on the front straightaway once again. The big one, part 2. Oh, Greg Biffle plows into it late. Jeremy Mayfield up on top of somebody. And they are wrecking even more further down into turn 1. Big time arc of brakes into the corner. Brings out the second caution of the day and the second big one strikes. Racing back around to the line now. It's the 6 of Mark Martin out in front. Trying to hold off Elliott Sattler. Here comes Jeff Gordon to the inside. Gordon doesn't have any help, but he does have a lot of momentum. Trying to get underneath Mark Martin. Can he get there? Martin throws the block, and Mark Martin leads the Pepsi 400 once again under caution after the second big accident and a wild wreck for Tony Stewart. Luckily, everybody is okay as Stewart climbed out, and we're going to go ahead and show you guys the replay now. 4 wide through the tri-oval, and it did not work. They slide up the racetrack. Oh my goodness, the way they impacted just caused the 20 car to climb over the 12, the left front of that 12, and Ryan Newman just propels the 20 into the air. Then Tony Stewart lands on top of the safer barrier. He's grinding along the wall here. Comes down off of the, as the safer barrier ends, and turns into just a concrete barrier. Comes down off of the wall and just kind of slides along there. A couple cars back here sliding as well. Everybody's trying to jump onto the brakes and get through it, but obviously not everyone could slow down in time. And then look at that. Jeremy Mayfield just gets rear-ended and gets up-ended as the rear of the car goes way up into the air. Lands on top of cars. And then further down in the turn 1, what happened here? A couple guys that went through the grass and tried to avoid it. Oh, Tony Stewart trying to drive away from it. Comes down the racetrack right into the path of Dale Jarrett. And then nowhere for Michael Waltrip to go. Martin Truex Jr. in the 1, who had a lot of right side damage already, makes it through. And whoa, who is that? Just flying through the grass there. Multiple cars down there, just driving through. Let's take another look at it. Tony Stewart got upside down here from Daytona. And another wild accident. Brings out the second caution, the big one, part 2. And we're only 10 laps into this thing, which is almost halfway, but still. Watch. Oh, some big hits late there as these guys tried to get slowed down, but just couldn't quite slow down in time. You see the 32 tried to stop, but Hamilton obviously couldn't get the car to slow all the way down in time. It went right into that 19. Let's go on board. Let's take a few onboards here in this second big accident. First, let's go on board with Tony Stewart in the 20 car. Wild ride indeed. I'm surprised the camera stayed on that entire time. Let's go on board with Ryan Newman. Let's go on board with the 19 of Jeremy well, actually, let's go on board with Kyle Busch. Now let's go on board with the 19 of Mayfield, who had his own wild ride in this. See, he's stuck on the high side. Then watch this. Oh! A huge hit. We're gonna watch it again, but this time we're gonna slow it down. Watch. As the car gets straightened out, and then through the smoke comes Greg Biffle. Bang! And then nowhere for Casey Mears to go as the 19 comes down on top of him. The 97 of Kurt Busch got in it as well. I mean, Mayfield was on top of 3 separate cars in this incident. Let's go on board. Wow, English. Let's go on board with Greg Biffle. Well, actually, let's go on board with Chris Mack first. Go on board with Greg Biffle, wherever he is. Oh, he's all the way back here. What in the world? Now, Biffle was involved in the first wreck, and he was trying to work his way back up through the field. Whoops. Trying to work his way back up through the pack. He sees this happening. He gets on the brakes. Oh! 100 right into the rear end of that 19 car. It was at a dead stop. I mean, to be completely fair, these guys slid to a stop fairly quickly. These guys really had little to no time to react. This is Kurt Busch that's on board. Now let's ride with Casey Mears. Oh, he got into the back of Truex. That's where Truex got his right side damage from. And watch this. Oh, nowhere to go. Thought he made it through, and next thing you knew, he had a car on top of him. That's just some wild stuff, man. But, yeah, wild wreck here from Daytona. We're going to take another break as cleanup continues. We'll be right back after this for the drop of the green flag. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. The Pepsi 400 is about to come to an end. 9 laps to go from Daytona International Speedway. And most of the field has already been wiped out here. Things are about to get interesting. Green flag back in the air. Racing once again from Daytona. And we're going to crank it up on this restart. Three wide here on this restart. Man, these drivers know they have to go now. They can't try to relax at all. Even after those 2 big wrecks, they know they still have to stay on it and stay aggressive here because these races are not that long on the plate tracks. They know they have to get after it almost instantly. Oh boy, we got lap traffic coming up too. This is not gonna... Wait, never mind. I guess I'm just tripping. But, yeah, they know they gotta stay on it here. These races are not long at all. They have to be aggressive from the get-go if they want a chance to win this thing. And Chris Mack is literally being the definition of aggressive right now, as he's all over the back bumper of Scott Wimmer, shoving him to the front. And he's gonna push him through the middle, 4 wide through 3 and 4, and this didn't end well the last couple of times. Not sure why they're doing it again, but they're gonna try it. And Wimmer was actually able to clear this time. And now Dave Blaney is in the middle, but now Chris Mack hops down to the bottom. Mack to the inside. He's gonna get underneath Bobby Labonte, and he went under the yellow line to do so. Got forced onto the apron by that block. Labonte through there, contact being made, and they're somehow gonna save it. Never mind, they're in the outside wall. There they go. There goes the 07 of Dave Blaney around on the back straightaway. That's gonna bring out another caution here from Daytona, and Blaney spins to a stop. Now here they come through 3 and 4. Chris Mack way up the racetrack trying to get the draft of Rusty Wallace. He's going to get a little bit of a push from the 77 of Travis Kvapil. He hops up to the high line, tries to block the run from Wimmer. Can he get there? No. Rusty Wallace leads for Daytona, and just a handful of laps left, and I think Mark Martin got a little bit of damage in that. No, he didn't. But he did get slowed down. Let's take a look at what happened to Dave Blaney to bring out our third caution here tonight. Oh, he just came up the track right into Labonte, and that did damage the 6 car a little bit, and the 8 of Dale Jr. Everybody up on the high line just got sandwiched up into the outside wall, and that killed everybody's momentum. But luckily the 07 did not get hit again on the back straightaway as the car slid down to the bottom of the track. Everybody just stays high. Everybody's single file back there anyway, so you kind of have to be an idiot to plow into that. But yeah, this is going to be tight here at the end of the race. Cautions typically take about 3 laps, so it'll be interesting to see if we'll get this race restarted. Alright, it's all come down to this. It's a pretty quick caution here from the Daytona International Speedway, and we're gonna have 2 laps to go. That's right, it's gonna be a green, white, checkered here from the Daytona International Speedway. Rusty Wallace, your race leader, looking to go back to victory lane for the 2nd time this season, and his possible final season here in the EMG Cup Series. Chris Mack in 2nd, looking for his, I believe, 4th win this season. Oh, Scott Wimmer with an issue right before the green. The car's smoking, green flag in the air, and everybody trying to hit the gas and catch up to the pacing line and avoid that 22. Gets a good jump, but it gets blocked by the 86 of Chris Mack. Mack now trying to get the run through 1 and 2. Rusty Wallace runs the middle, trying to get that run off the high line, but be able to block at the same time. Chris Mack trying to get in the draft. He's got a push from behind from the 77 to Travis Kvapil. Kvapil has been very loyal all day to that, or all night to that 86 car. Chris Mack gets up to the high line, tries to take the preferred line, or Rusty's preferred line, away from him. He's going to block that 77 car. Back down to the bottom. White flag in the air. One more time around. Here comes Chris Mack to underneath the 2 car. 3 wide for the lead as Travis Kvapil tries to go to the front. The rookie, Travis Kvapil, to the lead here at Daytona on the final lap. Can we get a Cinderella story? Can the underdog Kvapil get it done? Mack hops down in front of his Chevrolet teammate, Jeff Gordon. Chris Mack up to the high side, trying to side draft a little bit. Back down in front of the 24. Here comes Mark Martin back up within the picture. Rusty Wallace through the middle has no help. Chris Mack getting a little tight, bouncing over those bumps. Can he stay in it? Does he have enough? Down the front straightaway through the trioval. Here comes Jeff Gordon to the inside. Chris Mack wins the Pepsi 400 What a season he's having as he gets another win. Papyrus Racing looking to turn that luck around this season, and they are doing so big time with yet another victory. I believe that's his fifth win of the season. Fourth or fifth, I'm not sure. And man, it's just a shame that he's not in the title picture, because he has DNF'd quite a lot this season as well. It's been better than the previous seasons, but not as good as they'd like. It's still been kind of rough, but man, a win at Daytona doesn't get much better than that. I mean, maybe the Daytona 500 gets better than that, but the Pepsi 400, how about that for Papyrus Racing and Chris Mack as he slides it through the grass on the front straightaway to celebrate his victory here from the World Center of Racing. The Daytona International Speedway. He's going to try to bring it back to the start-finish line. He's going to burn it down in the grass here. How about that? That's one way to celebrate after getting the job done at Daytona. There's so much grip on the pavement, he can't quite do a burnout on there, even if he wanted to. So he's going to burn it down here in the grass on the front straightaway. Possibly the biggest win of his career, Chris Mack gets it done at Daytona. He's going to burn it down on the Daytona logo in the grass. How about that? Now he's going to loop it around. Try to get it going again here as he celebrates his win from the Daytona International Speedway in the Pepsi 400. Chris Mack bringing it down the front straightaway. Celebration is not over yet because he has to go to victory lane now to celebrate his win. But man, what a season it's been for Papyrus Racing, taking a chance on the young kid a couple of seasons ago in 2003 after Fred Jones, their original driver, was unable to race after a terrible crash that unfortunately ended his career before we could even get the MG Cup Series started. And we can tell Chris Mack is lost right now. He does not know where to go. They're telling him to turn it around. He's trying to bring it back around there. There he goes in the victory lane. And he's gonna park it there. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. What a win for Papyrus Racing. And until next time, peace.